capsule has a lot of momentum. If you're curious how high up you are, take a look at your altimeter.
Ja.
You're so high that you can see the curve of the horizon.
You're so high. You can see the curve of the horizon. So high. Ja, wel, was hast du geraucht?
Rocketry involves a lot of waiting between the cool explosions.
Ja.
You can speed up time by selecting the time warp controls at the bottom of your screen. Check, you're about to start falling back down. Let's slow down and enjoy the view.
Too slow.
Great job. You're now a master of time.
Wow.
Try not to use this new power for evil.
Oh, doch. Cool. Next. Geil gemacht doch, muss man sagen.
What goes up must come down. Wind resistance will slow down your capsule's descent, but not enough to prevent it from turning into a bunch of tiny capsules when it lands. That's why we've attached a parachute.
Okay.
If you deploy your parachute too early, it'll be torn off. If you deploy it too late, you'll do some unplanned underground exploration. The sweet spot for Kerbal is between 20,000 and 2,000 meters.
Okay.
Okay, you're low enough to activate the final stage that contains your parachute. Hit go to pop your chute. Nice work! The parachute will trail your capsule for a bit without fully opening. Once you've slowed down enough, it'll open all the way by itself.
Okay. Komm mitten im KSC runter. Und zwar ziemlich schnell. Hallo, open! Scary. Ja, 1000 Meter it is, okay.
Your parachute is now fully deployed and slowing the capsule to a safe velocity. Congratulations! If this were real, you'd find celebratory snacks in the VAB kitchen.
Yay! Okay. Ah, das war's. Tutorial complete. You have learned everything. Dann enden Sie dies. Das war schön. Hat Bock gemacht. Jetzt geht's wahrscheinlich drüber hinaus. Vermutlich.
Missing the ground. If you want to visit space for more than a couple of minutes, you'll need to get to orbit. An object is in orbit when it's moving sideways so quickly that even as gravity causes it to fall, it keeps missing the ground. As long as that object isn't slowed down by anything, it follows the same path every time it goes around the body it's orbiting. Forever. If that object is a Kerbal, it is recommended that they bring lots of snacks. So since your goal is to move horizontally at a high speed, why not launch sideways? In Kerbal, the atmosphere is like a thick soup. You waste a lot of fuel trying to fly through it horizontally. By launching vertically, you cut through the thickest part of the atmosphere as quick as possible. Most orbital rockets begin tilting toward the horizon soon after they leave the launch pad. This maneuver, called a gravity turn, uses the planet's gravity to turn the ship and reduces the amount of fuel needed to achieve a stable orbit. When launching near the equator, your gravity turns should point toward the east, since your vehicle gets a free boost from the planet's rotation. Thanks, planet! Once a vehicle is moving quickly enough that its arc will take it above the atmosphere, it shuts down its engines and coasts to space. Once it nears the top of that arc, the vehicle needs to fire its engines a second time to keep itself from falling back down to the planet. Doing this turns that arc into a nice big circle. Congratulations! You've missed the ground.
Geil erklärt. Hammer. Finde ich cool. So, next. Das habe ich ja auch schon immer gepredigt. Aber sie hat sehr schön zusammengefasst.
When you're making a rocket, it's often easiest to work top to bottom. tailoring each stage to carry the weight of everything above it. To give you a head start, I've already placed an upper stage, perfect for maneuvering in the vacuum of space. It could use another, more powerful stage to push it up to space from Kerbin's surface. Let's turn this vehicle into a multi-stage rocket.
Okay.
Anytime we intend to drop an empty stage after using all of its fuel, we connect it to the stage above it using a decoupler. A decoupler contains explosive bolts that, when activated by a staging action, eject the attached stage away from the rest of the vehicle.
Okay.
Add that decoupler to the bottom of your rocket. We need to attach a larger, more powerful lower stage to the bottom of your rocket. To keep things simple, I've whipped up a new lower stage in another workspace. You can bring saved vehicles and other sub-assemblies into an in-progress workspace by merging it. Let's merge my lower stage into this VAB workspace.
Okay.
Out in the real world, this list would show all of your saved workspaces. Here in the simulator, I'm only showing you the lower stage you need to merge.
Das ist nice.
Now that the lower stage has been merged into your current workspace, you can see it next to the upper stage. Select the lower stage and connect it to the decoupler beneath the upper stage to create a single two-stage rocket. Perfect! Merging is a very powerful tool. Anytime you want to reuse a particular booster, lander, or other element from an existing rocket, merging saves you the hassle of making the same thing over and over.
Okay, das ist ein guter Tipp. Danke, Paige. Tutorial complete. Next. Da ist viel Arbeit reingeflossen, glaube ich, in das Tutorial. Auf jeden Fall. Ihre Stimme ist auch sehr interessant. Muss ich nachher mal googeln, wer das spricht. Kommt mir bekannt vor.
Space rockets sometimes need an extra boost. In a rare case of rocket scientists naming something well, these additional rocket engines are called boosters. Boosters are attached to the sides of a vehicle to keep them out of the way of the main engines. Solid fuel rockets make great boosters. They produce a very high thrust for a short time. Let's attach some boosters to the sides of your vehicle.
Ist im Real Life tatsächlich auch so.
We'll start by attaching 4 radial decouplers that will eject the spent boosters when they're empty. To make sure that these decouplers are evenly spaced and aligned with one another, you'll be using the symmetry tool.
Ah, okay.
Great! Now when you place a part on one side of your rocket, 3 more evenly spaced duplicates will appear around the rocket. Go ahead and add 4 radial decouplers. Good! Now attach it as shown. Perfect! Now you've got 4 radial decouplers exactly where they need to be. Let's attach those solid fuel boosters.
Boosters? Where are they? Hello.
Since you're still in 4x symmetry mode, simply attach this booster to one of the decouplers you just placed. That will attach copies of that booster to the remaining decouplers.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Ich krieg die gerade nicht so richtig positioniert, wie ich sie haben will.
Great job!
Ah, doch.
You've finished your orbital rocket. You can symmetrically place up to 8 parts at once. A feat that could until now only be achieved by certain sea creatures.
Okay. Cool. Next. Ich meine, das wusste ich natürlich auch alles schon, aber it's interesting. Allerdings das mit dem Workspace Merging ist sehr cool. Da freue ich mich schon drauf, Raketen zu bauen.
Before you launch a rocket, you need to plan the order of your staging events. Nobody wants to start out their flight by popping their parachute, right?
Naja.
Most parts that can be staged are automatically assigned to stages. Their activation order can be seen in the staging stack. You can change when staging events occur by moving them between stages. You can also add, remove, and reorder stages. Best of all, you can do this in both the VAB and in flight.
Yeah, I know.
The staging order begins at the bottom of the staging stack. You want your boosters and main engine to fire together for maximum thrust. The solid fuel boosters are currently in the second stage. If we don't change anything, the boosters will ignite late and detach themselves at the same time. This would be embarrassing for everybody, so let's move the boosters down to stage 1.
Okay.
Your solid fuel boosters burn very hard and very fast, so they will run out of fuel first. Even though your main engine and boosters will activate at the same time, you want to drop the empty boosters before you drop your main engine.
Macht Sinn.
Add a new stage above stage 1 to do one thing. Activate the radial decouplers to jettison your spent boosters.
Yes.
Now move all 4 radial decouplers from stage 4 to your new stage 2.
Of course. Dazu müsste ich es aber erstmal selektieren. Ja.
All done. Your remaining stages are set up so that stage 4 will activate your orbital stage's engine. Stage 5 will detach the orbital stage's fuel tank when it's empty. And stage 6 will deploy your landing parachute.
Yep.
Thanks to you, this rocket is ready to fly.
Okay. Ich bin mal gespannt, wie weit das Tutorial hier geht. Das ist schon echt, wie gesagt, musste ich alles früher selbst lernen. Nicht schlecht.
All right, we're ready to light this candle. In this flight, you're going all the way to orbit. I'll walk you through the process of launching, executing a gravity turn to get moving sideways, coasting to orbital altitude, and doing a final burn at the top of your arc to establish a stable orbit.
Okay.
Before we begin, let's talk about the nav ball. The nav ball shows your vehicle's orientation relative to the horizon. The blue half of the ball represents the sky, and the brown half represents the ground. The level indicator at the center shows your vehicle's orientation. When you turn, the ball turns. When you roll, the ball rolls. Assuming you want your rocket pointed at the sky, you'll want to see lots of blue on the nav ball. If you get confused, remember this rhyme. If the nav ball's brown, you're going down.
Okay.
At launch, you want all your engines at maximum thrust, which means you need to set your throttle at 100%. Your solid fuel boosters are way ahead of you on this. They have no setting other than full throttle, and they can't be shut off once they're lit. Once you hit the go button, they'll go full tilt until they run out of fuel. Still, your main engine's throttle is in your control. You can see your main throttle here. Left shift gradually increases your throttle.
I know.
Left control gradually decreases your throttle. Z and X instantly set your throttle to 100 or 0% respectively. Left click on the throttle will set its level where you clicked.
Auch nicht schlecht.
Your fuel levels are visible within the staging stack. Right now you can see that your main engine and 4 boosters are all topped off and ready to rumble. It's time to go. At the start, all you need to do is fly straight up. I'll check back in with you once those boosters are empty. Good luck!